everyone.
Let's go, Alan! Okay, very excited about Alan.
For you all. This year, we'll be releasing more features made specifically for Wild Rift players, like
slightly boost
Season 2
the
of Guild
volume.
versus Guild and new world passes. We also want to keep bringing the full League experience to your phones with new champions, skins, and events. In particular, there's one big change headed your way in just a few months.
Okay, Alan, hit me. Love this guy. I actually love Alan. Elemental
For those of you
Rift.
who play League on PC,
Okay.
this update will look familiar. We're making Wild Rift Elemental. These plans are in the works, as we're still figuring out the details, but this is what we're thinking so far.
I mean, this,
In Wild Rift right now,
as far as I'm
there
aware,
are
this is going to
4
be exactly the
elemental
same as
dragons for you
PC.
to defeat. But soon, each game, one element will eventually dominate the Rift, permanently altering the map. Each elemental rift will impact team fights, vision, and objective control in ways that will shape your team's path to victory differently from one game to the next. For example, the Infernal Dragon knocks down walls and burns away brush. The Mountain Dragon
Same as
creates
PC?
new terrain in the jungle.
The same as
Ocean
PC.
Dragon sprouts more brush and spawns extra honey fruit.
The same
and
as
the Cloud
PC.
Dragon turns pathways into wind tunnels that increase your
You come to
movement
look at
speed.
the changes here, sweetheart.
Like today, each elemental dragon will grant your team unique buffs. But with the elemental rift, if your team is the first to slay 3 dragons, you'll get a powerful advantage.
Oh, 3
called the
dragons,
Dragon
you get the soul.
which matches that game's rift. Taking down the Infernal Dragon will
3
power
dragons.
up your team with bonus attack damage and ability power.
Okay, that's the same
If
as
you
that's the
claim
same as PC,
Infernal
right?
Dragon's soul, your autos and abilities will create explosions on impact. The Mountain Dragon will help you stand strong, giving your team bonus armor and magic resist with a soul that protects you with a powerful shield. The Cloud Dragon will let you zip through the rift, granting bonus movement speed and slow resistance. If you claim this soul, you'll move even faster after casting your ultimate. Finally, the Ocean
So all
Dragon
the
will
souls
help
are
your team
identical,
recover
right?
from battles with
Basically,
passive
anyway.
health
I mean, and this is essentially
With this
exactly what
soul,
we're getting
your
from
team will get extra healing
League
and
PC.
damaging enemies. You're probably wondering what our plans are for Elder Dragon.
I am,
We're still
Alan.
working on how
I
to
am.
bring the behemoth to Wild Rift, and we'll know more in a few months.
Okay. Wait, pause. Okay, so we're getting 4 souls. The souls will be activated after the 3rd dragon, which is the most interesting point to me. They don't know what they're doing with Elder yet, and also it's going to be a few months. So if we're lucky, Q2. If we're unlucky, probably middle of the year. This feels like the big change for Wild Rift this year. I feel like a lot of the stuff they wanted to implement they did last year, because this was like their beta building year, and now we're kind of just it's slowing down. They feel like Wild Rift's in a better place, and this might be the last big kind of like game impact thing that they're bringing to the table. I wonder if this is like the last step they take before saying, okay, beta done, let's close it and let's go to a full launch. Either way, this is a big gameplay change, but it's not coming for a few months at least. Very interested about the fact that it's 3rd dragon. If the timers stay the same, take dragon on spawn at 4 minutes, take the next dragon at 8, take the next dragon at 12. You could be looking at contesting a soul around the Baron spawn, which would mean, and again, another one of those kind of like decide between 2 major objectives. This is going to have a couple of impacts. Firstly, it's going to speed up games, I feel, because it's more things that you have to fight for. Secondly, I think it's going to benefit teamfight comps, especially teamfight comps at a good early game, because if you can be a comp that takes first dragon without contest in a teamfight, or takes first dragon because you win and you have better teamfights at that level, you can get the ball rolling for the 3rd dragon. I think if I remember saying, it's not just the 3rd dragon of the game. Your team has to take 3 dragons in order to win this. So it feels like you have to be consistently good in team fights at both the 4 and 8 minute mark in order to set up a really good 3rd dragon win condition. It also means that Soul might not actually appear in every single game, it feels like, because obviously in Wild Rift, if dragons get delayed enough, you essentially have 1 dragon, then the Elder. Or, you could have 2 dragons in the Elder. And, would Elder count towards a soul? I'd love to... I just need to know a bit more about the mechanics behind this before I start really getting, too over-enthusiastic about theory crafting. Champions! Okay, we love champions. We love champions in this
Now let's talk
house.
about something you'll get your Fists On in patch 3.0.
Set.
Set is a brawling pit boss with a heart of gold.
There we go.
Just don't tell his mother what he does for a living. With a powerful 1-2
Very
punch,
excited about Set.
Set will be smashing faces
He's a really
where
cool
it will
champion.
take
Actually, I
more than a
think
few hits to
one
knock
of
him
the
out.
most fun brawler
Initiate fights
bruiser
with
type
stylish
champions I've ever
suplexes
played.
Using enemy champions against their allies.
Very
The
excited about
chance
this
to
one.
flex with Set is coming later this month.
Later this
But if
month, that's
beefy
nice.
brawler isn't to your style, then perhaps a fluffy magical
No.
cat is. Yumi
Get
is
it
a
off my
playful
screen.
support who's all about teamwork.
No one
She
wants this
attaches to
champion.
her allies
Surely.
and becomes untargetable, buffing them with increased stats, heals, shields, and zoomies. But this kiddie's got claws. Yumi can bop enemies for a powerful shield and use her magical hook to root them in place.
Who was
giving
asking
her
for
allies the
Yumi in the
perfect
game?
opportunity to land a finishing blow.
I think you'll
Then it's time
find,
for a
especially
quick cat
among
nap and
high-level
warm
players,
red
Yumi
sun.
is one of the most disliked champions in the
Yumi
game.
crowds onto Wildrift next
so
month in the Yumi's Adventure event.
I'm certainly not
We've been
massively
working
looking forward
hard
to this,
make
unless
sure
she's
that
like
you'll have
turbo
multiple
busted.
champions that you really like to play in Wildrift. Last year, our goal was to release an average of 2 a month, and we beat that with 29.5 champions, if you count Mundo's VGU. Going into 2022, we are going to be slowing down the number of new champions we release by just a bit.
Just a
But there are
bit?
still loads
Tell me
more
what
we
just a
want to
bit
bring
is,
over,
Alan.
and
I
our
need to
next
know.
duo will be
Okay,
joining
Shen's
us
coming.
from the Harmonious Islands
And
of
Karma. Oh, I don't really care
in
about
patch
Karma. She's not that
3.1.
fun. I don't find Karma particularly fun, but Shen is quite fun.
Every patch, we introduce a new wild pass, so you have
I'm going
more
to pause it
reward.
quickly. Okay, so Set, very cool. Shen, pretty cool. Karma, meh. Yumi, get it out of my game. That's my thoughts on the champions. I'm a little concerned that the champions release schedule's slowing down. Look, I'll be real. I want the developers to not feel stressed or overworked. So if it's a case of like being overworked or stressed and you don't want to be on like a really strict timeline for developing champions, then I totally get it and fully support that. But also, I think especially for content and especially for like drawing people to Wild Rift, like this constant flow of champions felt like a good thing. Maybe the data suggests otherwise. But I liked having lots of champions to look forward to. That's one of the things that made Wild Rift feel quite fun to me. Like we get to re-experience champions that are out on PC or have been out on PC for quite some time, and they feel new and exciting on Wild Rift because it's Wild Rift, because it's on mobile, and because there are those subtle gameplay differences when you play them on Wild Rift compared to PC. So slowing that down is just I'm not the biggest fan of that. But look, I don't know the ins and outs of it, so I'm not going to judge too harshly.
To unlock as you play. You'll be able to get your hands on a brand
Ooh,
new
Hexter
pass
Galio.
featuring Explorer Galio.
Very
later
excited
this
about that one.
month.
Okay, I like
This will
Galio.
be our last
I play a lot of
Explorer
Galio.
skin for now, as we've got a new thematic we're really excited about for the following pass.
Is that Crime City? I don't know what that thematic
Last
thing was.
year, we introduced guilds with the goal of giving you a way to progress and play with your friends and a way
Guilds.
to earn
Hit me
more
guys
rewards
with your
We also added
honest
Guild versus
opinions
Guild,
about
a
guilds.
competition where guilds
Because
fight for different champions and a match
I
against
feel like I
opposing
haven't-
guilds each week. Guild members can play games.
Sorry, hit me
play
with your
emblems,
honest
and
opinions
horror
about
coins.
guilds.
Guild versus
I
Guild
like
will
the
be
idea of it, then I
this
just
year
realized I just
with
wasn't
next
wasn't
season's
engaging with it that
competition
much.
set in Ionia. You can start
Should-
fighting for the first lands.
Do you guys
later
really
this
engage
month.
with your guilds? For some reason, I feel like it's really hard to have conversations in the guild, and I wasn't that
For
enthused about the guild
2022,
versus guild
we're
events. They were
changing how we
honestly
work
kind of
with
boring,
LPC
if I'm honest
on
with you.
shared events and thematics. We want to make sure that when we come together, it feels really meaningful, where we eat.
I'm going to clarify that. A lot of the guild versus guild events was like encouraging you to play with guildmates and stuff. But for me, I just like playing ranked, and I like playing with the people that I know that I like playing with. And I think a lot of people are like that. They're just big ranked grinders. So if there was some way, like maybe to integrate like how much you play outside of just like arming your guildmates or something, maybe that would be a thing. That might be more to my style, right? Because otherwise, I think my guildmates do most of the work in my guild.
Should bring our best to the table, even if that means we don't release the same things as each other. That means a few things. For one, we'll still be partnering up with League PC going
So
forward.
we're basically
But in
we're partnering up with
2022,
League
we
PC to
might
do some
feature
events.
different
We're not
content in our
partnering with
shared
League
moments.
PC to do other events.
This could
Fair
mean
enough.
that we create
That's
brand
standard,
new
right?
skins for an existing theme, or we might look into the back catalogue to
Project
bring
Jin,
over
right?
some classics. We're also aiming to release more Wild Rift events this year with less downtime between
More
each one.
events.
And now, in
I feel like there's
classic
always
wildrift
some
style,
events
it's
going
time
on.
for
I
the
didn't even
skin
know if there was.
montage.
I didn't even realize there was much downtime. Like I feel like over the last few months, there's been at least 3 events going on simultaneously at all times. Okay, so Heartseeker skins, Infernal Malphite, Infernal Kennen, Infernal Olaf, Zombie Slayer Pantheon, Easter Blitzcrank, the Easter Bunny skins for these guys. I can't remember what the skin line's actually called. Heartseeker Varus.
Finally, our next big event will be a celebration of the Lunar New Year.
Oh, okay, so another Lunar
We've
New
got
Year event.
Loads of stuff in store, including firecracker skins for Teemo, Diana,
Diana's skin
Xinjiao,
is okay.
Set,
Gonna
and Tristana.
go back.
Loads of stuff in store.
Gonna go back.
Firecracker skins for Teemo, Diana,
I am respectfully looking.
Xinjiao, Set,
Also respectfully
Tristana.
looking. At set, not at Tristana. At set.
all of which will also be coming to League PC. The celebration will begin at the end of January. We look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a brilliant time playing Wild Rift this year. I'll see you next time.
Okay, I'm looking forward to maybe some more reveals throughout the year. Maybe that's something that's going to be the case. I think that the major thing obviously was the elementals. But otherwise, there wasn't huge things for Wild Rift. Not massive things anyway, like some small things. All right, back to Wild Rift Esports.
Hey everyone,
Look at
I'm
that
Leo,
guy's
the
smile.
global head of wildrift esports. Last year,
That
we
is the
started our
most
journey to
endearing
build a new
smile
global sport
I have
for
ever seen in
mobile
my
players
life.
and fans. And we're so proud of the reception wildrift esports received.
I'm just
during its
mesmerized looking at
2021
this man.
debut. Our first international tournament, the Wildrift
Horizon Cup was
Tour,
awesome.
took
Really,
place in
really enjoyed being a
Singapore,
part of that.
and it was so exciting to see it all come together.
And great to see like
Top teams
SEA
from
as
around the
well
world
as like
competed at
just
the highest levels.
the Asian
And it was
regions in
incredible
general
to
just
see
show
the
that they're
first
really
team to
awesome
win an
at
international
mobile
competition
esports. Because they did.
and
They
raise
showed
the
how
Horizon
awesome they were.
Cup.
And Dakun, I think, deservedly won.
Now, we're ready to kick off 2022 with the first official season of Wildrift Esports. As we head into season 1, I want to introduce you
8
to
different
the 8 regions that will be competing this year.
regions.
These regions will be the foundation for a global competitive structure, bringing their own unique flavor and style to our sport. Let's check it out.
Okay. Wow, look at this animation. Wild Rift League. Like China gets to be called the Wild Rift League. Oh, it's D-Man. I was casting this. And they stay wild tour Brazil. I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling at this. This is kind of something that I was really passionate about last year, and just to see it grow and evolve into this is awesome.
I get very hyped every time I watch this.
No, oh thank God.
Now on to more exciting news.
I thought Google was
We're
about to
ready
ruin this.
unveil our
I
competitive
get very
format.
hyped about this as well, Leo.
Regional competitions will run from January to May, featuring the best teams in unique leagues and tournaments around the globe. Regional champions will then qualify to our first
Okay,
official
this sounds
global
very
tournament,
much like a script
the
that I
Wild
read
Rift
for a
Icons
voiceover.
Global Championship, which will take place this summer in Europe. Wild Rift Icons will be the highest level.
Oh, it takes place in Europe. Wait, I just clocked that.
The Wild
Wait,
Rift
the
World Champion.
the World Championship
The tournament will
takes
feature
place in
24
Europe.
Teams, 8 qualifying straight from regional
Guys,
competitions.
I have got
and
to cast
16
that.
battling through the play-in stage.
I really
Following
hope I get
play-ins,
to cast that.
The main event will include a group stage and a knockout stage, with a big finals day to determine the champion. We'll share more specific details on the location, format, and dates soon. I'm looking forward to epic matches, fresh new faces,
So am I, Leo.
and an event you won't want to miss. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank our fans, players, and teams. The community reception to the sport has been amazing, and we're very encouraged to continue investing and building the ecosystem with you for many years to come. So, let's get started. Wildrift Esports Season 1 begins now.
Okay, that must be it, right? Because she's this lady's head of Wildrift PC Esports. No, Wildrift League of Legends PC Esports. Okay, that guy, by the way, Leo, like very endearing and very charming. He speaks really well and just seems super friendly and super lovely. So I'm just very excited about Wildrift Esports. What do you guys think? Like, obviously, I come from like years of League veterancy. I'm interested in whether they're going to be changing the items to be towards the League PC, you know, the Mythics. I hope they don't, because I actually prefer like what we've got now. Honestly, massively prefer what we've got now. Because I'm an old school League player, I much prefer Infinity Edges and Bloodthirsters, etc., rather than all the crazy new League. I have barely played League since they changed the items, if I'm honest with you. It's just not my thing anymore. I much prefer Wildrift. But let me know, what do you guys think? Is this what you wanted? Did you want something more? Were you hoping for something different? Or did this kind of hit the nail on the head for you? I'd love to talk about it in the comments. Let me know. I'll see you soon.